Hi everyone, this video will be diving deeper into the properties of matter and energy, specifically my eccentric, all-encompassing theory, the self-sorting universe. For this video, I'll redefine the forces of nature and try and roll them all into one easy-to-understand solution. The only principle of my theory is that the universe always moves towards equilibrium. This can be observed in many facets of science, but it's most obvious in the following areas: electromagnetism, thermodynamics, osmotic pressure, and gravity. The proof for electromagnetism is super simple. The universe moves towards equilibrium, so a negative charge will be drawn to a positive charge because once they come together, they cancel each other out and there's balance again. If the charges are both positive or both negative, the force pushes apart the objects to spread the charge equally in order to obtain equilibrium. Magnetism follows the same rules, but it is much easier to observe how strong the force can actually be. In thermodynamics, the simplicity continues, with a hot object radiating heat to its neighbours until the entire system is at equilibrium. Entropy is conserved at all times. Anything else is just a measurement error arising from the fact that it's not possible to know without doubt every single particle's energy state, even within a closed system. But the result is the same. The universe moves towards equilibrium. There is an effect that so far can only be explained with this theory. It's observed as osmotic pressure. This is a very weird edge case that makes perfect sense if you can accept my premise. If there are two solutions with different solute concentrations separated by a membrane, the water from the less concentrated side will pass through the membrane, and this alone is a move towards equilibrium. Now, gravity was a tough one. It actually requires a total rethink and the addition of a whole new paradigm in understanding mass. To put it as basically as I can, mass is directly related to but not equal to energy. Let me explain. Mass in the self-sorting universe definition is a deficit of energy. The greater the mass, the lower the energy. The vacuum of space can be considered as both empty and full. It doesn't matter which way you look at it. With empty meaning no waves and full being all waves together, which through destructive interference results in no waves anyway. Therefore, I will define the vacuum as zero energy. Mass in this new paradigm is measured as a negative number, the absolute value of which is proportional to the energy. My theory dictates that the highest energy element on Earth is hydrogen. That's why it rises instead of falling under gravity. Gravity bends the fabric of space, and low energy, in other words high mass objects, collect at the gravitational focal point. When you add energy to an object, it invariably will become less dense. For example, if you heat metal, it will expand, or a gas, or a liquid. The mass does not change, but the density does. And since density is simply mass per unit of volume, higher density objects must have less energy. If a particle has a higher energy than its surroundings, it will rise, and more importantly for this example of gravity, a more dense, lower energy object will fall. So as you can see, the self-sorting universe makes a lot of sense, with all the forces all wrapped up into a single easy to understand theory. Now, I haven't covered all cases where this theory works, but it's a simple extrapolation from what I've discussed already. I haven't shared any formulas, but I can share this. The effect in all areas follows a simple inverse square relationship. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the subscribe button, as I will try to make a new video each week.